Hi guys, welcome back. Remember this clip here? So I was going through the coding of the car, whatever they let me enable, and I enabled cruise control on the car, and now all I need to do is fit the stalk with the cruise control buttons, and hopefully should be that working. But after we fit this, obviously we're going out on the road and make sure it does work. Now that the coding is done, hopefully all we have to do is, I'm just opening it now. I received it yesterday. Actually this came really fast. This honestly came next day. I was expecting to get this Monday or Tuesday, and it arrived the day after I bought it, and I bought it around 3 or 4 o'clock in the evening, and it came the next day in the morning. So what we will be fitting, it's this here. It's the indicator stalk, but on Volkswagens there's the buttons here for the cruise control. Set it to on or off, set the speed, resume or speed up or slow down after you have it on. So it's all in one stock, and I'm gonna show you how to fit this. First things first, steering wheel needs to come off, and you need the airbag off first. All you need to do is turn the steering wheel to either side, and then right here at the back there's a hole on each side for you to release the spring. After I remove the airbag, I'll show you exactly what you're looking for. But when you turn the steering wheel, you can reach it from behind and release the spring. Take the airbag off, and then the steering wheel, the cowling, both upper and lower, will need to be removed or loosened. And after that is just removing the clock spring and the control module under here. I forgot the steering control module that's under here. All you have to do is just loosen that. You don't need to unplug it, and then after that you can remove the stock, the original stock, and put the new one with the cruise control buttons. To remove the airbag, leave the key in the ignition to prevent it from locking, and then turn to the side, release the spring from the back, turn to the other side and do the exact same thing. I already done it because it takes a bit of time, and if you actually have one of these inspection mirrors, you can actually hold it behind the steering wheel to see exactly what you're doing. So now with this off, all you have to do is unplug the airbag. It's a little spring connector that you're gonna have to pull towards you, and then that will release the airbag. So that's the airbag off. Like I said, when you turn the steering wheel, that's the spring there that you want to pull towards the middle of the airbag to release it from the steering wheel itself. And then this connector here, it's a sliding connector, so you slide the top of it and that will release the airbag. So put that to the side. And now I believe that's a 12mm spline that you need to remove the center bolt. Yeah, 12mm spline. You'll need an extension, and then the ratchet. Make sure it's fully seated. Shouldn't take that much force to get this loose. There we go. Don't lose that, because you'll need it to put the steering wheel back. And the steering wheel, you can just pull it because the steering wheel has a little notch in the center. So does the spline where the steering wheel mounts onto. There's a little, looks like a punch hole on it. As long as you align this notch with that center hole there, you'll be fine. You'll know the steering wheel is perfectly straight like it was before. get that out the way. Now to remove this, let's proceed. To get this off, if you push here at the front and try to lift, it should come off because it just clips. Or get the trim tool and try to get this off. So as you can see, with the trim tool, it comes straight off and release the hooks from the back. And now there's two screws here, which are T25s, and there's another one on the bottom here. The one on the bottom I already removed. And they all the same, these two and the one on the bottom, they all the same exact screw. So now you want to pull this over the ignition barrel, and then you'll be able to release it. Get this down, and comes off just like that. There's a little screw right here to hold the control module in place. That's a Torx number 8. It's a very small one, but you'll need to remove that in order to just lower the control module to give you a little bit of room to replace the stock. And after that, here at the back there's a little spring tab that you can release, and right through here there's a tiny hole that you can insert a screwdriver or something very small to release the other one. So here's what you're doing. You're inserting whatever you have that has to be very small through that little hole to press this spring here. The small thing I had was a drill bit, so I put a drill bit through there to push this in and release it. And then as you can see in the back here, you can reach with your finger. You do the same thing, you press the middle part and the whole thing comes down. You don't need to unplug, you can leave it right there, because all you need to do now is remove the clock spring and the steering angle sensor that you can see behind here, and then you can remove the stock. To remove this, there's two little tabs right here. You have to pry it very carefully, and then just that thing just slides out. Let's get this clock spring out carefully. One side. And as you can see, it just slips right out. Make sure you don't spin this. Just put it away flat. Then the angle sensor just slides off there as well. Don't do nothing to it, just put it to the side. And now for the stock, there's a little tab on the back that you need to release as well. Just like the clock spring, you just release the tab from the back and it slides forward. Actually, I forgot there's two. There's one on the outer edge, there's one on the inner edge. So as you can see there on the new one, you need to push that bit in because there's a locking pin, there's a locking tab on that, so you need to release that. can't really see what you're doing, but I put a screwdriver stuck on the outer edge to move the tab away, and then with the pick I just felt it inside and push the thing away so I can remove it. Then it slides towards you. Now you get the new one, and all you need to do, just align the top and bottom tabs and just give it a firm push until you hear it click. That's it. Looks good to me. And now make sure you align all the connectors to, nope, first things first, the steering angle sensor needs to go in first. There's like where you took the screw off, it goes through that hole, so you'll know you put it on in the right place. So put that in until it bottoms out. Then the clock spring, make sure you align the tabs at the top, don't rotate this. That's it in, and now you put the module in. Make sure you align all the connectors and give it a firm push as well until you hear it click. All the connectors aligned. That's it. It clicked into place, and now all you have to do really is everything in reverse. Cowlings, make sure this is closed properly. Don't forget to screw it in, and then steering wheel back. So let's keep it moving. And now, oh here. So the little Torx 8 to secure the module. Don't over tighten it. After all, this is all just plastic. Now the bottom cowling over the ignition barrel, and everything aligns just fine. Just start it up, don't tighten it just yet. Make sure you put them all. The bottom one goes on the left side of the release lever, and now we can tighten everything. Like I said, there's a couple of hooks on the bottom, on the back side. Make sure that aligns, and then all you need to do is just push that in and close it. Aligned. That's it, closed. Now steering wheel, if you want to upgrade your steering wheel, this is a good chance, but make sure you've got the correct module first, because the module I've got here, actually it does support cruise control, but it doesn't support multifunction steering wheel. So if I wanted a multifunction steering wheel, I would need to replace that module. So do your research, make sure you've got the correct module for whatever you want to do. and then only then start taking everything apart so you don't have to do it twice. That's a line down, and you can push the steering wheel back because you won't need the spring. Won't need to put the screwdriver behind it to put the airbag in, because the way the steering wheel is, if you give it a firm push and the springs will sit into place. So that's in, and now as everything, start by hand before you use the tool. If you want to torque this, it goes up to 50 Newton meters, but that's snug enough, then won't go nowhere. And now for the airbag, before you push it in, don't forget the airbag connector. And just push on the yellow part, and the spring clip that you release from the top will allow you to put it in place. And as you can see, the airbag is aligned. Firm push. Job done. Always after messing with the airbag, I don't ever sit in the car and start the car. Just stand from outside the car, just ignition on for a little bit, and everything seems nice. These lights, when you start the car, they're normally, ignore that one there, that's because I have a rear fog light out, but those lights there are normal when you restart the car because you unplug the battery. So when you drive straight, those lights will go off. But on Volkswagens, that steering wheel light there, apparently all you have to do is turn the steering wheel full lock side to side and it should clear it. So let's see if it does work. So one side, to the other side, and now straight. No. So let's drive the car, get rid of these lights, and then test the cruise. Actually, let me just flick the switch on. There we go, cruise control. And then you press that button to set the speed, and then you can control it through here. Or if you press the clutch, it will disengage. If you touch the brake, it will disengage, and it will only engage at 20 miles an hour. So let's test this cruise control. As you can see, the lights are now off. As soon as I drove it, all lights went off. So flick the switch, there it is, set, and we're on cruise. I've got my foot off the accelerator, and as you can see, it's maintaining the speed. And as I said, if I touch the clutch, it will disengage. You'll need to set it again. Or if you touch the brakes, I'm not going to brake now because there's cars behind me, but if you touch the brakes, it will disengage as well. So that's it, guys. Cruise control fitted and working. Just one last thing about this cruise control before we wrap up. Well, when you have it in the on position, if you this video is spring loaded, so let's say you're cruising at 40 or whatever speed you're doing, and you just want to cancel momentarily, you just do that. You don't flick it to the off position. Just when you feel a bit of resistance, you stop. That then will return to the on position, and then to resume the speed that you were doing, all you need to do is just tap the top button there, and the car will automatically speed up to the speed that you were doing before. If you flick it to the off position, that will clear the cruise control's memory, So even if you put it on and try to resume to the speed you were doing, it won't resume. You'll need to press set again for it to relearn the new speed, and then if you cancel momentarily, you can then resume. And then when you're with the cruise control engaged, you can speed up or slow down using the stalk itself. And with that, that's a wrap on this video. I really hope you like this video. As you can see, it was really easy to do. I done a cruise control retrofit on my Audi A4 way back when, but although I needed to swap more parts on the Audi, I think the Volkswagen was a bit more complicated, but as you can see, it was easy enough. The thing that you really do need is somebody to code the car for you, because if you don't code the car, that cruise control won't work. If you have CDS and you want to know how to code the car for cruise control, again, that's very easy, but just let me know in the comments. I'll make a video for you to know how to code the cruise control. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next upload. Take care.